tree of liberty has been thirsty for too long. I am the spark, the powder, the match, the shot that rang, the line in the patch. I am the night they tossed the tea, the oath they swore to die free. You can chain my hands, you can break my bones, but you'll never own my soul. I am the fire in the midnight sky, the reason tyrants die. I am 1776, lightning, thunder, iron, and grit. Every musket, every fist. I am 1776. Oh, 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 oh. I am 1776. The flag they tried to burn, the shot that made the empire turn. I am the rebel, the Minuteman, the ink that wrote we can. We hold these truths, hear my boots on the cobblestone, hear my war cry, shake the throne. Hear my drum, you know it's near. Your reign of fear ends here. I am 1776. Lightning, thunder, iron, and grit. Every musket, every fist. I am 1776. Oh, oh, oh. 1776.
Hello, it's Thursday. And look at, there's Sean. He's here.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, I'll bring George on when he comes back. But we're going to do something a little different this morning because Jack Martin's going to be on at 9, from 9 to 10.
No.
Yeah. And he's going to do the...
No offense to Jack Martin, but...
Oh, I know you're going to miss it. He's dressing up. He's going to wear his outfit and do the whole Black Regiment thing today.
I got to watch it later.
Black Robed Regiment, yeah. And so we're going to do trivia between 8:30 and 9 too, so that we don't take away from him doing his history thing. And oh, look who decided to show up.
I was exercising my shoulder.
There you go.
The cold air.
Wait, when you say exercising your shoulder, is that a way where you're beating up somebody that took your parking spot? Is that what you were doing?
Close. Oh, man. Right.
I thought you would pee.
Frozen. Nah, it changed my shirt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you did, from black to blue.
So how about, I guess there's a little news from across the pond today, huh? This
Yeah,
morning?
the pond.
We're waking up to a little news from across the pond.
Yeah, but there was a deal made because he was arrested, but not on those other charges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's why it took so long. They made a deal with him. They must have made a deal with him or something.
Yeah, but look what I was telling you, though, that we were talking about it before we did this, about how coincidental is it that Guthrie's mom is missing? Guthrie was the one that did the first interview with Virginia, however you say her last name, and Virginia told on Prince Andrew in that interview, and now he's the first one arrested.
And the puzzle keeps going.
I might be grasping at straws, but it is.
No, it's very, we talked about very coincidental. It's just that the way it's amazing how it all falls down the pond.
Yeah,
guaranteed he'll sing like a canary.
Yeah, I bet he already hit. Like you said, he probably already has, and they just were timing everything out, you know.
But it's not gonna happen. It's not. He's not gonna come to America. get prosecuted. So
No.
forget about that. That's got to be all done in England. So let me tell you a little bit about. Oh, you want to do the prayer?
Yeah, I sure do.
What R.D. Bull said was George in speech therapy. I couldn't understand a word he said.
If I keep doing that, I'm going to get my butt kicked. So I'm not going to keep doing it. I'll only do it once in a while.
Sorry, George.
That's it. It's amazing how I get to be.
You know what? Our thumbs down is already here too today. I mean,
Oh, wow,
damn, they're prompt. They're like right on time too. Thank you for getting up early to go ahead and give us the thumbs down, whoever you are.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to stay up later.
Yeah, I just laugh all the time because it's like this person is persistent. I mean, how can you be so committed to something? They must really hate us.
It's commitment. It's commitment. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
We should have one as a guest.
Yeah, and why do you hate us? Do you suffer from TDS?
I think that would be great. Have that person on as a guest to the thumbs down person, or have you on. That would be great. And the name could just be thumbs down.
Scott Pressler.
You don't have to put your first name in there on the bottom. It could just be thumbs down. The name. That's all.
I just paid for the premium, and again with the advertisers on the thing.
What, George?
I gotta log into chat. That's why. Sorry about that.
Somebody's got some.
No, I'm not signed in. That's what the problem is.
That usually helps.
I don't understand what he's saying. I don't know.
You're gonna get in trouble. Keep doing that.
George, is the feedback in the background, the audio feedback? Is that you? Do you have your phone on or something? George, ain't listen.
What background?
Who?
I don't understand. I need the background voice. I can understand myself.
TSM, Sean Lucas, have you ever heard of Vem Miller? No, who's Vem Miller?
Is he related to Glenn Miller?
Yeah, maybe it's Glenn.
Steve Miller, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe it's Steve Miller's brother.
Steve Miller, yeah, that would be good.
I don't know, but
maybe it's
I got to do the prayer before we really get off kilter here, because I didn't do it already. Now, see how it already went away on me. All right, I read it off my phone. So. Dear friends, since God so loved us, we also ought to love one another. No one has ever seen God, but if we love one another, God lives in us, and his love is made complete in us. And that's 1 John 4:11 and 12. So there.
You sound so enthused saying that, Trevor.
Huh?
You sound so enthused when you say a prayer. You gotta say it with feeling, like you really mean it.
Do you want me to? Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it that way.
Like a good preacher, like a southern.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it a southern preacher. This will be good. I'll do it. Okay. Dear friends, since God loved us.
I thought you had the screen set up to read it.
Oh, I didn't today because I was talking before we started getting going, so I didn't put it up in my prompter.
You're messing up this whole program. I had one.
I'll do it on the teleprompter tomorrow.
Forget about it now. Too late. You said
no. I'm going to read it like a preacher, so you just sit there and listen. You need this today. So, dear friends, since God so loved us, we also ought to love one another. Take note on that, George. No one has ever seen God, but if we love one another, God lives in us, and his love is made complete in us. And there we go. There's John 4:11 and 12.
Amen.
Well, somebody asked, what George's sign say? Can't see it at all. The Black Robed Regiment.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is that the Black Robed Regiment, which Pastor Jack could get into it was very important for the revolution against the British because of they helped out a lot with besides hiding the muskets and the ammo. He used to go out. The pastor would go out and confront the British soldiers, and then what happens when they challenged him? He would go back in, take his robe off, and tell all the Patriots to load up and go out and fight the British.
You want me to play that little clip about him?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay.
Pastors in the time of the colonies, pastors were part of the colonial effort to liberate the colonies from British rule. And in fact, it was the pastors that England feared the most, that the tyrant King George feared the most. It was in fact England that gave pastors the name the Black Robe Regiment. See, King George, he tried to fearmonger the pastors of the colonies. He tried to manipulate them. He tried to bribe them. And finally, he passed a law that every single sermon needed to be sent to England for approval and censorship before it was preached in any pulpit. And there was a group of pastors that said, there's no way, we're going to obey God rather than we're going to obey man. You see, the Black Robe Regiment, what they did was they would preach in their black robe, and underneath their robes was their military uniform.
Mhm. That's right. They had the
So wait a
military
minute,
uniform.
did you want this? There's a lot of background noise. Is anyone else hear it?
What noise are you hearing? Tell me what you're hearing. Is it a
Sounds
fan?
like feedback. I don't know, like feedback. Anyway, did you play a video because you mentioned King George and you want Trixie to
Obey me, yes.
refer to as
Yes.
King George?
Yes. I want to know what.
I didn't even catch that. That's a good one.
Let me shut the fan off for the thing. I shut
Oh,
the
your fan will make a reverb.
Yeah,
Oh,
the fan
maybe
is
that's,
shut.
maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, it could be. It could
Yeah.
be. Yeah. So, well, that's kind of like a primer for what Jack's going to talk about when he comes. He's going to be here at 9:00. So I thought that was.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I'm excited. I think it's going to be interesting.
Well, it's
I
very
don't know
good
a lot.
because a lot of people don't know how important it was until,
Mhm.
and I knew from a while back ago because I always into this stuff, which is very important about what's going on, how it happened, and that's why we always complain about the pastors of today. I'm more worried about the purse than I'm worried about this country, and they always preach. They don't preach what they're supposed to preach about the right for what's right with God and stuff. So that's the, they don't want to hurt people's feelings. Some of the pastors I know, some of them are powerful. I mean, one church in Tampa, the police took him away because he told people not to wear the mask and stuff, in the church and stuff.
Well, that happened.
Yeah,
That happened a lot of
Yeah,
around
but
the country.
but everybody thought like Florida was all right, and then the decision came down later on. But they arrested him, and and took him off the pulpit and all that stuff and everything. It was big. His name was Pastor Jack would know his name. But it was very powerful. It's very powerful if you stand up for the right, and they're afraid. The churches don't. The churches, even Catholic charities, were very big into the illegal alien movement too. They were getting a lot of money from
Oh, sure. Yeah.
from the government. I mean, it was all about, again, with the power of the purse.
Did you see that? Here's something really super interesting about that. You know how Mel Gibson always makes the movies and he's a pariah in Hollywood because of all the pedo stuff? Well, he's making The Resurrection. I think that's the name of the movie. And Bishop Vagano was seen on the set of the movie working with Mel Gibson on it.
Oh,
But
good.
you have to, you have to understand you go back to the Crusades, all right? And the Catholic Church was the Roman Catholic Church was very powerful. The Crusades started finding out a lot of information about the Book of Enoch and all the stuff that they refused to publicize because there was a lot of evidence in Enoch, the Book of Enoch, about like you would, if you read it, it would sound like flying saucers came down from the sky with flames of legs. Angels came down with legs of flame and came to the ground and came out and spoke to them. I mean, if you could see how the pyramids were built and stuff like that, the point of the pyramid was conductive of energy, and this was Tesla was discovering this with. And if you start seeing now on TikTok, you see people building like little copper pyramids with metal, with what is it? Crystal, I think, a crystal on top.
It's quartz crystal because it takes the vibration.
We're not getting off. We're not going into what's that thing called? We're not going into the
wormhole.
Yeah, wormhole. But it's interesting to read what, and plus the Crusaders were very, very rich. And that's why.
That's because they were out crusading.
Yeah, crusade. Yeah, like we
And
used
they
to.
were out crusading. That crusade brings
We used to
riches.
crusade in the 1969 Chevelle.
Yeah.
That wasn't the same thing.
Huh.
But what they did was, in fact, the Portugal was named after the port of the Grail. That's how they came out with the name Portugal, because the Crusaders supposedly saved the part of the Grail and brought it to Portugal, where they had the tunnels that they stayed in. The Crusades protect themselves from the Roman Church. But it's very deep. Those are very, very deep.
Mhm. Oh, good. Yeah. And you know who slept under one of those pyramid things like that? Michael Jackson.
Yep.
It's a proven thing. I know exactly what you're talking about those pyramids. It funnels the energy up, or it goes both ways.
Well, remember if you watch the old movies that they came out, they did come out with showing it. That's why the pharaohs wanted to be buried after they were embalmed, to be buried under the light of exactly how the light would come in through the crystal and into exactly where they are. But the whole thing is, what they did, because they took everything out of them, they wouldn't have got the energy anyway, because they were
Embalmed.
They took everything out. They took the brain out. They took the heart out. They took out everything, and then they put them in special canisters, and then they had all those other things that you would see in the movie are true, but they don't emphasize about the energy from. Is the background gone? Do you still hear it?
No, it's there.
Must have been the fan, yeah.
Background's in there. Hey, I just want to mention TSM asked about that person. So apparently that was the person that was arrested in California. I totally forgot about that. That was the person that was arrested in California for they were going to attempt to shoot Trump, assassinate Trump. Remember when he had a rally out there? Somebody was arrested. Remember that?
Yeah,
I totally forgot about that. I was like, wow. So apparently his parents live in Pima County, same where Guthrie lived, and the cops tried to raid his parents' house yesterday, is what TSM is saying. So I don't know about that, but that's interesting. Right? Wouldn't that kind of be interesting? That here's somebody that was,
and the plot.
I can't understand a word he's saying. It's not it's the accent. It's a little bit tough for me to hear.
That was for you, Sean.
I'm going back in the chat because George was talking about this other thing, and I didn't want to cut him off, but I thought that was very interesting. That
No, it's good. I mean, if we don't read the chat, we don't know what people are saying, so it's a good idea.
Oh yeah.
It's just that in fact, the producer of this Wake Up Patriots should pay attention to the people in the chat out of respect.
producer.
What's the matter?
Wait,
I read the chat all the time. That's why I'm always looking sideways.
Producer, you mean Queen, don't you?
Oh yeah, the Queen.
We're gonna have a No Queen's Day.
You're gonna get them all riled up now, Sean. You're gonna get them all riled up.
George, when are we gonna have our special No Queen show?
Yeah. What do you call it?
When you guys can learn how to run the board, that's when you guys can do it.
She's got the pyramid over her head right now. She built the whole pyramid right over there. See, that's why,
I'm the only one with a funky background. I got to get a good background now.
I can put one on you.
Yeah, I feel good. I feel left out. Oh, I'd imagine what you'd put on me. Oh boy.
Yeah, you don't want me doing it. You never know what you'll get. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
What time is it? But the whole thing is, you know who started engineering all that stuff? Tesla, getting the energy about free electricity.
Yeah.
And the man died, and they destroyed him. J.P. Morgan, Con Edison, all the people that were making money with the investments that they made in DC Electric. Because Tesla came out with alternating current, but in fact, it was better. But they put so much. J.P. Morgan and the bankers put so much money in Con Edison that they didn't want that other factor to come out. So that's why they destroyed him. It's all about the money.
Yeah, Tesla died like poor and
broke
and skinny. Oh my God, he was so skinny.
But
and he had a pigeon for a friend.
But who brought his name back was Elon Musk.
Yeah,
but he's using Elon Musk is using a lot of information of the paperwork that he bought with Tesla
from John Trump. John Trump had a lot of the Tesla papers when he went in and cleared out that hotel room.
Yeah, but wasn't he? What do you call? Wasn't he? The uncle wasn't he? The
Yeah,
professor.
John Trump. What? Yeah, he was a physicist and stuff. So he was, and so John Trump supposedly had some of this stuff. That goes all the way back, huh?
No, I think Trump always says, "My brother is a very smart man." Yeah.
Oh, that his brother Fred. Yeah, but his uncle is the one that they said that went in there and got the papers and stuff. So I'm sure Trump knows a lot about. Maybe that's why he rides on the free energy and keeps pushing the oil down and wanting us to drill and everything because he knows.
Well,
Everybody knows you can get free energy.
If you put a copper rod in the ground and the other metal and hook up wires, you'll get energy from the ground. What's that?
Geothermal is the heat and the water and stuff, but then there's the ether is what they call the stuff out of the air. Because you have to have it grounded, correct, George?
Yeah, always grounded.
Have to have it grounded.
In fact, my son got grounded yesterday because I said, "Let me do it." He goes, "No, I got it." No, son, zoop. We did the ring.
The ring doorbell thing.
We did the ring. No, we did the ring alarm system here. So he put the camera with the two lights on it, so goes off and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So he was wiring that over, and I tell you one thing, they engineered that light so perfectly. It's easy to do the wires and stuff and to mount it. It's amazing how the plate that you put on, and then you put the screws that they supply, and then the mounting that comes out, and then you just brace the thing and put the little nuts on. It was unbelievable how fast it was. I mean,
now make sure he keeps that subscription in because God forbid if somebody comes and kidnaps you, we want to see it on video.
Oh yeah, it's it.
Trixie doesn't want it for the investigation. Trixie wants it for the ratings.
I have a lot of people that disappear in Florida already. I got a list already. That's why I'm up here. I'm making arrangements.
Yeah. Well, was the installation so easy even a queen could do it?
Yeah. The queen could do it.
Just wondered.
I would like to see you get charged up, boy, with that. Your hair would have been up in the air.
Let's do trivia. We're gonna do the trivia early so that this way we're all done when Jack comes. So let's do this question. Let's see. What I'll read it with emotion too. How's that?
There you go.
Which U.S. president won the? I don't know where that came from. Won the 1888 election despite losing the popular vote. So it's which U.S. president won the 1888 election despite losing the popular vote?
Joe Biden. What a piece of work.
Well, let's see if anybody's going to guess on this one. Oh, TSM put the story in the chat for you, Sean.
Yeah, I just saw it. I clicked. I'm going to try to go back to it later. I clicked it, and thanks TSM. I'm going to check that out. Yeah, wrongly accused or whatever. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, the person was wrongly accused.
Okay, I got USN here.
First answer is USN is Jackson. Deb 54 Texas says Sid Clowner. American Mark Al Gore. The Hanging Chads.
He's on the Epstein list.
Universal Bush.
Epstein list.
Lisa Arcat. Good morning, Lisa. Harrison. Florida for Trump. Good morning. Harrison. Marty Kinn. Benjamin Harrison. Denise Harrison.
The nephew.
Did we get Billy's answer yet?
I don't think so.
Stacy's
not in here this morning.
Oh, that's why. Billy's screaming the answer right now, but
yeah, Billy's probably watching outside, and she's watching the grandbabies. Probably that's why. Yeah.
I think that's it. Unless I missed anything, I think that's it. Sounds like we could probably close this one down.
Yeah, because Deb is saying she was saying hi to Sinclair, so she
Yeah,
wasn't.
no, I know. I just said that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what
I knew
was
that, Deb. I was just saying that as a joke. My lame sense of humor sometimes.
Yeah, well,
Michael says Obama. Now wait, is that Big Mike in our chat?
that would be something, wouldn't it?
You know what's good? What's
Oh,
gonna
hang
be
on. Red Ginger says I missed the question because I was catching up on the latest fraud attempt. So Trix, give that question to Red again and give her.
Okay, Red, this is just for you. Which U.S. president won the 1888 election despite losing the popular vote? No, not 1988 universal, 1888.
1888.
when
So I don't think you remember that far back.
No, Florida for Trump. Carter wasn't around then. That was 1888. Well, thanks, USN. Yeah, Deb says just dry. Well, I guess it could be. My wife thinks it's very dry at times.
I'm all over the place.
So Red Ginger says no pressure here, and she says haze with a question mark. I have no clue. All right, so her question's in, or her answer's in.
Yep, I got haze. So okay, we're closing it out. We're done.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Give it 5 seconds. See if anything else comes up.
Yeah, because I know we got that delay.
A little delay, yeah. Denise is a good one. 1888, first election that Hillary lost. I like that one. What difference does it make, Denise?
Oh, good
Yeah,
one.
Denise wins a universal saying on that one.
Yeah, but what difference does it make? I like that. That's because Hillary. I'm still waiting for her to testify next week. I wish it was going to be open doors.
Well, I think no. They said it's going to be. They said
Is it?
Yep.
Okay, I must have missed that somewhere in
No,
the
she
news.
wants it. That's what she wants. They don't want it behind closed doors.
Okay, I thought Comer said they were doing it closed. So
Well, they want to do it closed, but she's insisting. So she said if she doesn't get it, she's not appearing. I want some shit like that. So.
You know, I'm going to be watching TV that day. I want to see her freak out.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not.
The best thing is go to C-SPAN.
It's not on.
Go to C-SPAN. You can see it all. There's no interruptions.
I thought they were a closed door. I don't think they were out in the crowd.
Who? C-SPAN?
No, Hillary, and it's closed door.
No, she said they said Comey said they want it behind closed doors. The Clintons are saying no, they want it opened. The decision hasn't been made yet.
Okay, it's going to be behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors.
I don't know. I want to see it though. I really do. I just want to see her under stress and see if she, because remember even the Benghazi hearing, they got her rattled, and that's when she yelled, you know, what difference does it make or something. That's when she said that she was getting frustrated. I remember watching that.
Yep. Since said the two best things in my husband's life were made in 1966, me and the Fastback Mustang. Fastback Mustang was a cool car.
Yeah.
Well, I
like
I got a work meeting I have to get to. So
all right, we'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you guys tomorrow, and
now we can talk about you.
Yeah, now you can talk about. I'm gonna tune in later. You know. All right, I'll see you guys.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, Sean. Take care. Have good fun with the meeting.
Yeah. Well, Jack is here, so I'm going to bring him on. He just popped on. I hope you're ready, Jack. We're ready to go. Hello and good morning.
Hello, Jake. See if he's got me.
I don't think he's got his. Can he hear?
No.
Well, he'll catch up with us. He must be getting into the chat or something. You gonna text him and tell him turn your volume?
That's all.
I can't.
Hey, Jack. I can hear you with the mic, but you don't hear us.
Yeah,
I
he's
just
gonna
heard you
fix
move
it.
around the
We'll
mic.
just keep talking. He knows. He said he can't. So we'll just keep talking until he gets it. Do a video of all killers freakouts to the song "Freak Out."
Hear you.
Here you go. He's back. We hear you, Jack.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he can hear us.
Tell him to go back in and out. Let me text him.
If he can hear, just tell him he can.
No, I can hear him playing around with the mic.
Oh, he came back.
Nope. Now we lost everything. He went back in and out.
George,
There you go. That's better. I can
you
hear you.
guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I can't hear. I'm having a problem with my system. Why don't you go back to the show and let me try to fix this?
Okay, you
Take
know
me
what?
back out.
When you get it fixed, give me a thumbs up and I'll bring you back on, okay?
I can't hear you.
Okay.
Let him go back on the stream. I'll text him.
All right. I'm going to take him off then until we get going.
George, I'm going to reboot.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's what you got to do. Good.
Yeah.
He got my message.
There's a lot. You know what? It might not just be him either, because Denise was saying in the chat that she was having problems, that Rumble was freezing up on her too. And Mike was having a lot of problems last night on Rumble too.
Mm.
So I don't know though. Well, how about we play this one, because this is pretty good. I'll put this up.
Since 1885, the Rothschilds were trying to start a world war because the Zionist International Congress at Basel, Switzerland, has called for 3 world wars. At the end of the Third World War, they would control the entire world. The billion Christians are fighting a war to the death against a billion Muslims, which will leave Israel in charge of the world, which was predicted at the 6th International Zionist Congress in Basel, Switzerland in 1896. So after the Zionist Congress in 1896, you had World War I, World War II, and now we have World War III. At the end of World War I, the Rothschilds organized a number of groups called, one was the Royal Institute of International Affairs in London. It's called Chatham House. And that is the think tank of all of Europe today. And although its headquarters in London, the real headquarters are in Brussels, which is the headquarters of the Lambert family, which is part of the Rothschild family. And Brussels has been running.
See, that was pretty important, because especially after Rubio just came off the stage at the Munich Security Council, basically that's what he was telling the New World Order, is that we're not going along with the deindustrialization and their migration thing and persecution of Christians. You know, he told them they have to get more in line with our values and our policies. So I thought that was pretty good. But
he blew their doors off. I tell you that much.
Yeah.
Marco did.
I thought it was good though, because look at all the stuff that like the World Economic Forum, the World Health Organization, the Council of 300. What else is there? The Trilateral Commission, all those things. You know, that is all the New World Order, and that's what all shows up in Munich at the Security Council, is all representatives from those different organizations, and they're the ones that set global policy. So I thought with Rubio going up there, I mean, and he told them right to their face, and to get a standing ovation from everybody in the room was phenomenal, I thought.
And then what happened was, after that, then Hillary got on, and they all got on about Trump's case, about what he's doing, and one of the people that were there turned around and smacked her a little bit. If everybody remembers that.
Mm-hmm. It was, I know, Red said who it was. It was that, but the guy he was definitely foreign, because he had the accent, but he just was like, no, it's because, you know, basically the left overreached on everything, on what they were doing.
No, but it's let me see something. We have to, if you noticed, we're forgetting about what that, you know, with all these great distractions that are happening, and about what's going on, what Trump actually did, he destroyed the world banking system, which was done by New England. Right? England was the banking system. Like I said before, that England's still pissed off that they lost the revolution against us. And, like that's why they hit us against on 1812. And then they got into about the banking. And then if
Mhm.
it's all the history that happened with the Rothschilds and the J.P. Morgan and the Titanic, that's very interesting that J.P. Morgan canceled his. He was supposed to be on that ship. There's a lot of loose ends in history about how they tried to destroy this country, and this has been going on since the late 1800s. They were trying to do socialism here.
Yeah,
They-
but
yeah,
what you're saying about destroying the banks is correct too, because the bank just the other day it was the fourth repo buy on security bonds and everything. So the banks are going down. I mean, they're going down fast. But the I think that's what he's doing, is trying to crush the Federal Reserve with that, because they're buying back all their own debt.
did you saw Powell came out and talked about that he's being brought up on charges and stuff like that, and because he thought he thought he could say whatever he want. And don't forget, for Biden to renominate him, now he was picked Trump picked him during his first administration. And don't forget, it was suggested by the deep state, like Pence was,
Mhm.
the Attorney General was, Barr, all the ones that were suggested by him. So now, when Biden got elected, the illegitimate president, when Biden got elected, was sworn in. I shouldn't say the word elected, but got sworn in as president. He also approved Powell. So now Powell, after he did that one, right away was part of the deep state. And that's why he's holding the interest rates high, for the simple reason is to try to destroy Trump with his economics, which is not happening. It's in fact it's amazing how much everything has improved. The gas is down, job growth, public job growth, government jobs went down. Virginia voted the governor in because they thought they were going to save. That governor was going to help save their jobs back in the government, which that didn't happen. The only thing she's doing is raising taxes like crazy and screwing all the people that voted for her. So
Mhm.
if you watch everything that is anti against this country, it's starting to collapse.
Yeah.
Everybody saying follow the plan. There's a plan to follow. So
Look what they're doing to people with the electric bills, though. It's all across the country. Your electric and gas bills are going sky high, and so it's not just one area. And
Yeah.
I don't know what.
we got a big. I got a big letter in the mail saying that, not now, but when I saw them, that we could coochie electric. We got that's
Mhm.
electric country is called Witchy, and it's named after a river. But we used to have a nuclear power plant, but they shut it down because they said it was going to cost too much to rebuild, which was bullshit. So they went to gas and changed all the turbines and stuff to gas and blah blah blah. So now they came out with solar. All right, and this is a big thing with government and solar. A lot of people are getting kickbacks. Even the Republicans are getting kickbacks, and all this bullshit that's going on. Everybody thinks that Florida is so great.
It's not just the kickbacks. This is what I was going to get at, was what I found. If you go into some of the states, the actual state legislation wrote in that they're allowed to recover all their costs that are unbuilt or planned. And that's where we're running into a problem here in Indiana, and the same thing in New York. So that was built into the legislation. So even if you can bitch all you want about that stuff, but it was the Green New Deal when Biden was in, that legislation got run through, and some of the states went right along with it and didn't do any pushback. So unless you change the legislation at state level, Trump can say whatever he wants about bringing the gas or utilities down, but it's not going to happen until they do that. And that was where I was going with that. And I think that's terrible.
Yeah, but the whole thing is, what's funny? This woman down the block is selling her house, okay? And she couldn't sell her house until she took the solar panels off the house.
Mm-hmm.
The insurance companies are not recognizing a lot of homes with solar panels on there. There's a whole big game. Now, the insurance companies don't want to cover it because if the hurricanes and stuff get under the roof, it's going to rip the roof apart. The way they mount it on.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, and another company comes out now because the solar panels get dirty. They don't produce as much as they should because of the dirt on top of them. Now they got a company that goes out and washes the solar panels.
Let alone them starting on fire from debris underneath them. If you got leaves on your trees and they fall on your roof and get stuck under there, they'll start on fire.
And plus, let's not forget, Crystal River closed the nuclear. That's it. Yeah, it was a Crystal River.
Yeah. See, and here it's the data centers that they're putting in everywhere. And we had this was all done underneath the Republican governor, the legislation for us too. And I think that's what's so bad. I mean, some people's bills have tripled already, and the utility companies aren't going to do anything. They keep saying it's for infrastructure. The delivery charges is where they're getting.
And all these companies are buying other electrical companies. Like,
BlackRock owns ours.
BlackRock, that piece of shit. What's his name? Should get a, I don't want to talk about it. He's the one that wanted to assassinate Trump. I don't give a shit what anybody says. He was part of the whole thing with the world order about taking down Trump.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name right offhand either. Oh shit! I know who you're talking about.
Who's the name of the guy that's the chairman of what do you call?
You talk about I know who you're talking about. I can picture him, but I can't think of his name right off.
I got the same thing picture. I like to picture him with my hands around his throat. That's what I like to do.
Yeah, because they got Jack's back, so let's try him again. Let's see if this works.
Come on, Jack.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I hear you now. I'm actually on my phone right now. I don't know what's going on with my laptop. I got 2 laptops out. Neither one of them pulling it up. I really apologize. I was trying to it wasn't working. So anyhow, you want me to tell you about Black Robed Regiment, correct?
Yes, correct.
All right. Well, first off, let me say this. Most people don't even give account to how our nation began. And before there even was a Black Robed Regiment, there was a country seeking God. When they left Europe to come to the United States, when they came to Plymouth Rock, when they came to the harbor, they formed the Mayflower Compact, and they were still on the ship. They didn't pick, just like the top-notch people. They had the lowest person on the ship along with the top person on the ship. They came together and they came up with the Mayflower Compact. And what that did, it included 3 things. They wanted to glorify God. They wanted to further the gospel of Jesus Christ. And they wanted to form a government. Now, you got to know if the first 2 things were what they were. The government they wanted to form wanted to be a government based on Judeo-Christian. So you go from the middle 1600s to like the maybe early 1700s. By then, a lot of things have changed in America. People have got over here, they got settled. They kind of forgot God a little bit. And you have what's called the first Great Awakening. George Whitefield, people like that. And it breaks out, and they began to go around the country preaching, getting your heart right with God, but they also start talking about the ills and the evils of government. And they start attacking the British, crown. And so it's just that the government gets mad, they start sending troops over. And that's when they start living in other people's houses. They start boarding in homes without the person's permission. And over in England, what they saw it as, they called it the Presbyterian Rebellion. That's when they called it the Black Robed Regiment, because they were saying that the clergy in the robes were the ones that were causing the problems that they were having. And so, as time goes by, they begin to fight. But the preachers are very instrumental in all of this. I grew up in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and there was a Presbyterian church on Broad Street in Elizabeth. And there's a big plaque there to a Reverend James Caldwell. This is a guy who, when he preached his sermons, he preached from the pulpit with 2 big handguns sitting on the pulpit next to him in case the British came in. And what he does is he's up there encouraging his people to fight. There's a town called Springfield near there, and there's a real big battle there. And what's going on is they're running out of wadding for their guns. So he runs back to the church and grabs the hymnals, and he throws them to the guys. There was a songwriter named James Watts, and he says to the guys, give them Watts to pull the pages out and use it as a wadding in their guns. But what eventually happens, the British come to his home and they see a figure through a window and they fire and they shoot. What they did is they killed his wife and his baby. And so that only doubled down on his efforts. And eventually one of them told him they would help him get cleared with the government. While they were taking him there, they killed him. But this is only one. I think the one, like I got to see if I can get a better view of this uniform. There was a case in the state of Virginia. If you go to the state capitol, you see a statue of Peter John Muhlenberg. He was a pastor down in Virginia. And one Sunday he's up in the pulpit and he's preaching from Ecclesiastes 3. And he's telling them there's a time to be born and a time to die. And he goes all through that. And he comes to the time where he says there's a time for peace and time for war. And when he does, he just pulls off the black clergy robe and he's got a uniform like this. And he marches down the stairs off the platform. He already had a drummer positioned outside the church drumming. And he said to the men, it's time for war. His entire congregation get up and they follow him, out of the building to go off to battle. Now, he ends up, if you look at his name, he ends up being one of the greatest generals that General George Washington had. He fought with him side by side. He was there actually at the end of the war when the Americans won, when the British surrendered. But throughout the whole United States, pastors got up in the pulpit. They preached against taxes. They preached against the king being evil. They preached against the injustices of the crown. Now, you come forward to today, and what do you have today? You got a bunch of you got pastors in the pulpit that are more concerned that they don't lose a few congregants. A lot of people say they're worried about losing a 501c3. No church has ever lost a 501c3. They're worried about the tithers that put $500-$600 in a week, and they don't want to lose that money.
Mm-hmm.
Years back, George, you remember we used to do Pulpit Freedom Sunday.
Right, yeah, Power the Purse. Yep, we did that, yeah.
Yep, the Alliance Defending Freedom would back us to record sermons that violated the Johnson Amendment, and we would send them into the IRS and challenge them to take us to court. Now, in all the time that happened, they never took a single one to court. And it's because if you go back, like I said, with some of the history I'm giving you here, if you go back to our history up until let's say the early 1900s, maybe 1930, up until then, the church was like, there's a little book that they used to use in teaching in our schools called the New England Primer. And it's a little book that you learn the alphabet, you learn math, you learn everything by using scripture. Now that was in the United States right up to 1960, and then suddenly when Madalyn Murray O'Hair came along and ones like that, they shut it all down. But until pastors man up, I know there's another phrase, I won't use it, but until the pastors man up, we're going to have this problem in our country.
Yep. I agree. What was the pastor that they arrested because of the mask and stuff? What was it? The one in Tampa. We went to that church.
Howard Brown.
Yeah, Howard Brown. That's right.
And what he did, he had put in $100,000 worth of equipment to clear the air building on a 24-hour basis. But our sheriff here in Hernando County, his men actually were the ones that went out and arrested him. But it was Chad Clomeister down there in Hillsborough, who actually put out the warrant for his arrest. He's the only one that got arrested, and then that whole thing came to a halt.
Yeah, because he was very powerful, and that's what they don't want. And that was under the direction of Governor DeSantis too.
Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff. I mean, when you look at the First Amendment's very clear. The government can't make one religion the religion, but they also can't stop you from practicing your faith, and that's what they did with COVID. They stopped people from practicing it.
Well, they're all confused between with the church and state. With the thing, it was to stop the government to go into churches, not that the churches couldn't do what the government says.
Oh, exactly. people don't know, that whole thing came about by Thomas Jefferson when the Danbury Baptists sent him a
Right.
letter, and they were concerned, that they were not gonna that the government was going to interfere, and Jefferson sends back. He says, no, there's a wall that separates the government from the church that the government can't violate. And when people say to me, well, no, I don't believe that. Thomas Jefferson used to go to church in the U.S. Capitol, and he used to use the Marine Band as a worship team in service. So you
Oh,
got to ask yourself how that took place. Guys saying there's a separation of church and state.
yeah. Well, you bring that up at the separation of church and state too. Look what happened in Minneapolis when those people stormed that church. I think the pastor there should have been a little bit more assertive myself, but he handled it okay. But these people that they interfered, that should be going to jail for that.
Exactly. I think it was the shock. I mean, I tried to put myself in a spot. Now, I used to carry a 9mm right inside my jacket, but I can't imagine what the people thought. Suddenly, these people are screaming at them. You don't know weapons. Every one of them, including Don Lemon, that was trespassing. It was disturbing the peace. I mean, there is no First Amendment right to violate somebody else's First Amendment right.
Well, yeah. Plus, you could argue too that they were preventing them from worshiping, which is totally against the Constitution. So you're violating their constitutional rights by walking into that building to begin with.
Exactly, and unfortunately, the way things are going, I see them give them a slap on the go, and George knows with General Flynn. General Flynn's been calling it out. If we start putting some of these people in jail, we're never going to this government.
They need, actually, in my opinion, I think they need to wipe out most of the House and most of the Senate and get rid of all the people that have been there for so long and bring all new blood in. They really do, and fresh ideas, and just get rid of the old guard, because these people are all compromised.
And I'll make people mad maybe, but I believe you have to be American born, and you cannot be of the Islamic faith, because Islam is not compatible with the Judeo-Christian statute.
It's on the book.
Yep.
Who was the one that repealed that law, George? Do you remember? It was before it was a law. They couldn't.
It was what about them serving the office? Bush, the old Bush.
Yep.
In 1991, 92. They reversed that, and that was put in there by, I think, Jefferson put that in when, especially after what happened with the.
For AAA.
Yeah, AAA, right? That's why. So that's one of the reasons why.
Yeah.
But the thing is the thing that was great, what Jack was saying, is about how powerful the Black Robed Regiment was, and because of the Roman Christianity, or the Judeo Christianity.
I almost did
that's
it.
Why, that's why France came, because they were pissed off at England.
Yep.
France helped us out, and even the American Indians did too, to fight against the British.
Yeah, I mean, the whole, if you Google Christian quotes of the founding fathers and read them, there's nobody in this world that can read those quotes and not realize we were founded Christian nation. Mm-hmm. Even in the Constitution, it talks about nature and nature God. Well, who is nature's God? Is it Judeo-Christian God of the Bible?
Yeah, they came up with the God-given right. For us to make our own decisions and stuff. So
yeah. Well, and until that changes, and I'll tell you this, let me go back to 1982. I was in my senior year in college, and I pastored a church that I started, and I prayed at the graduation for the public school, and the next school board meeting they banned prayer at the school. So it was like I started running then, but I've had trouble, George, all of the years with trying to get pastors. They always have a million excuses. I found out with our church, we became stronger. The longer I was at the last church, 22 years, we might have had like 40% conservative when I started, and it was like 99% conservative when I left. You just got to preach the truth in love, and love isn't always easy. You know, love can be tough.
Yeah, turn the cheek ain't happening anymore for me.
No, but people misuse even verses like that, though, Joe. They'll either say God is love. They say, yeah, well, what about the right judgment? What about the goats and the sheep being separated? They don't want to talk about any of that.
Well, that's what the Methodist Church did when we went down to in St. Petersburg. They changed all the verses so they could make it adaptable about being gay and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
A funny story. I was in college. I was the editor of the yearbook. I had never heard of the Metropolitan Community Church. It's the gay church, but I didn't know that. So I get an ad from a guy who's representing the Metropolitan Community Church, put in the yearbook. And it's like, Zion's a great school, blah, blah, blah. And I give it to the advisor, and the advisor throws it at me. I said, what do you do? And he said, do you know who they are? And I'm like, no idea. He said, that's the gay church. Okay, we'll pull that ad.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you go down Mariner Boulevard, there's Church of Christ, and the sign outside big with the rainbow flag. Everybody's welcome here. That's an abomination of God. A gay person is welcome in a church, but they're not welcome to bring their lifestyle into the church. If they want to come and listen to the gospel and find Jesus and turn their life around, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I got a thought on that gay pride flag, though. It's like, if they're allowed to fly it, if they get permission to fly it, just like we fly the American flag, shouldn't we have permission to be able to burn it just like they burn the American flag?
Actually, yeah. I mean, but you know what would happen? Although things are changing a little bit, they just canceled the thing because they didn't have enough funds. So maybe enough people realize. Go.
Yeah, you break it up like Jack.
Sorry about that.
No. It's that. It's just what do you call this? Just speak a little bit slower. Not that you have to say wrong, but just you speak a little slow. No, I'm just saying it's because of the way the phone works. That you're not, it doesn't pick up all the words.
It's got it noise cancels out when you're walking around.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've never done this on the phone. This was a last ditch effort. I felt so bad. I saw it coming up and I couldn't get sound. And then I could get video, but I couldn't hear you and I speak. And
we're just glad you grabbed the phone and to do this. We appreciate it so much. Everybody was looking forward to it.
I figured you never asked me back again if I didn't do something.
You're going to come back.
Yeah, that happens to us too.
Huh?
I said that happens to us too. We got problems with all of a sudden you're depending on the computers and stuff like that. And all of a sudden that does something stupid.
Yeah, technology is not your friend.
Mm-hmm.
That one thing I learned in ministry, you be ready at all. I think Jesus had it right. He used to push out in the boat to the water and speak to the people on shore with no sound equipment. He might have had it down right.
Yeah.
I wish we could kind of do some of that kind of stuff without technology, but it sure wouldn't work. But this is our only way, of trying to make a difference in talking about this kind of stuff, and so that people know and are aware of what's going on, because there's so much going on behind the scenes with the administration we got now. I mean, I love Trump, but we want accountability on some things. And I think being a Christian-based, Judeo-Christian-based nation, we expect that, because what does God say? Vengeance is for the Lord, or whatever, a retribution. But we want to see it. So we're human.
He says righteousness exalts a nation. If we're not acting righteously, our nation's lifted up. And when you still have people like Brennan, and Cody, McCabe, all of them still walking free, there's if I did half of what they did, I'd be in prison for the rest of my life.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And you're talking about Brennan too. There's just more subpoenas that went out related to that Florida case too. So they're digging deeper now too. So I think I can't remember who the other people, there was, I think 2 more along with Brennan that got more subpoenas.
Yeah. I think COVID affected Democrats different than Republicans. I think it ate their brains.
Yeah, I think so too.
But when I almost hate going on X anymore, because you see all of these things. Wasn't Joe Biden a better president than
Oh,
Donald?
please. You thought they even put that on,
Was it?
they even put on TikTok that same shit.
Yeah, wasn't Mikey Obama prettier than? Come on.
Well, we did. Did you see? We brought up a thing yesterday about the letters that they all received in the church.
Yeah.
Remember when? Yeah, all the letters.
And,
The one that Michelle guy says, "Well, we know you're Mike."
yeah, she. You know what? I just wish somehow that whole thing she'd get caught. It would get caught. My daughter gets mad at me because I show her all the videos where she's dancing and you see a penis.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, Dad, that's not true. I said, yeah, it's true. You know, look at the pictures of the guy Michael that they talk about. It's exactly the same. If you look at Michelle from the back, she's got linebacker's shoulder. You know,
That's what I said yesterday. Her shoulders are so big compared to her head. The proportion is so far out. It's not feminine at all.
well, my wife does this thing that you know, a man's hand, the finger lengths are different than a woman's, and she'll look at pictures of Michelle's hand. She'll say, "Look, it's a guy." Like she'll have me hold my hand up and compare them. It's the same. It's a guy. We're going to find out one day that he wasn't really an American, and we're going to find out that she wasn't really a she.
One of the guys I got in that group, right, calls me up and he says, "George, I can't get my birth certificate." I said, "What do you mean you can't get your birth certificate?" He says, "I was born in Hawaii." I said, "Yeah," and he says, "I was born the same year Obama was supposed to be born." So they closed the vaults down with all the certificates. I had to hook him up with somebody from Trump so they could get his birth certificate out of Hawaii, because Obama not locked it down because, you know, to show the evidence that he wasn't there or was there, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Until he got it. So
social
yep.
etiquette.
Mm-hmm. But it's terrible. It's just you know, it's all, you know, what's straight, like we spoke about this a long time ago, Pastor Jack. We had all the conversations we had that all this shit was happening, and we just didn't want to believe that it was happening because the way we were brought up and with family values and stuff like that. And then all the bullshit comes out, and that's what happened. So
yeah, it's sad to watch. It's like what? I'm done.
Yep. Agree.
Yeah, if you to the Capitol building, go in and you'll see that statue that I was telling you about of Peter John Muhlenberg. The funny thing with him was his brother Frederick was also a pastor, and when Peter John began to become more involved with the war, Frederick sent him a letter saying, you know, you're a pastor, you should be doing this. And then a few months later, he burned Frederick to the ground, and he joined with the Black Robed Regiment pastors.
Yep.
He actually became the first Speaker of the House in the United States. You know, so sometimes you don't know until you've been the one that's been burnt.
Yeah, well,
People see.
We you know, like you're saying, it's so important about, and that's the biggest I mean, with the churches and everything else, that's where you can reach the people. And if we don't reach those people, especially evangelicals, we're not the biggest group to go out and vote.
Yeah.
And so gun owners too.
Well, and the big thing with that, George, I always felt as a pastor, if I'm not informing my people of what I see violates God's word, I'm not doing my job. And when you have it that a pastor is afraid to speak on abortion or afraid to speak on homosexuality, he doesn't deserve to be in the pulpit anymore. God calls it an abomination.
Right.
Yeah. You know, the New Testament says there'll be no homosexual believers in heaven. I try to tell people, I said, if your house is on fire and I rush up to your house and yell it's on fire and try to get you out, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to help you.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing, is they don't realize, you know, like Olstein there and everything else, the congregation that he has and everything else, he's got to be punished really severely with God, you know, by God, because it says right in the Bible, if you start if you guide my sheep and you guide them wrong, it'll be big trouble on that one.
Yeah, well, it says those that are instructed with teaching the word will be held doubly accountable. And that's not that when I stand before God, I've already forgiven my young years. I want to
Well,
have.
I got the express going down.
No.
I got so many people on the list. Let me tell you.
No,
And you know who my first priorities are.
I could think.
It starts with the letter M.
Oh, I was thinking of somebody else.
Oh, those people. That's besides the point too. But that's other. That's it.
There's one me.
Oh, you know my list. But you know what happens? Other people, I have a list, and then the other ones start going on the bottom of the list. Then I got the top priorities that I have to hit. So that's what I try to not avoid, but to do.
Do you think they're going to come out with more of the arrests and everything closer to midterms to mess up the elections, or do you think that they're just dragging their feet?
I have kind of thought that there might be. Trump always has a strategy, and I kind of had the feeling that they were going to let something big explode close enough to it to like really give the Democrats a black eye. I get tired of turning on TV and hearing that the economy is terrible, and I'm paying $2.60 for gas. I was paying $3.49 when Biden was in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of the lies. If you look at them, if you turn on the news and you switch channels one right after the other, they're using the exact same wording. It's up in the morning and mails them an email and tells, here's the word.
Yeah.
They
did. You can always tell what the word of the day is when you watch the news, what they got.
Well, now they got two subjects, right? Now they have Nancy, and now the Prince, and then now the whole thing is somebody donated extra money to find a. It's amazing how they're looking for the pacemaker. I mean, we got so many other people missing. You got kids missing and everything else like that. It's amazing how much the attention is put on this single case.
It's a good distraction, George. It keeps you away from knowing that Trump's meeting with all those people right now on the peace board. It keeps you from knowing good things that are going on, and God forbid when something goes down in Iran, they're going to go off the rails.
Oh,
I can only hope it's as successful as Venezuela was and just shuts them all up.
Yeah. I seen that they were moving more ships in and everything too, but they were saying a possible strike this weekend. But then there was some talk. I heard something about the middle of March too. So I guess
they're not going to tell you exactly when they're going to hit.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is the whole thing is, the peace talks are going in and not ever. He knows Iran's are the biggest piece of shit and biggest liars. Mm-hmm. They do not hold up any promise. They're looking at their as, and the only thing Trump is doing is planning his tragedy exactly how he's going to hit these people. Because they killed 50,000 people. Besides that, maimed them, cut their legs off, their hands off, their arms off, took their eyes out, and then main news media, the fake news media, ain't covering it at all. They're not saying one thing about it.
They don't want you to think that Trump is over the government.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how the people there want Islam out, and we're inviting them in. We common sense. It's unbelievable.
Well, look up in Minneapolis, okay? What they're missing, like 15 billion or something like that. Mm-hmm. The eye should be on that, not on ICE. But they did another.
Yeah, 19. It's up to 19 billion in Minnesota, 76 billion in California, and they don't want to give the receipts of the Democratic states to the administration at all, because they want to check out where the money's going. And then Dr. Oz found out how many millions of dollars are going to illegals on the on Medicare and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the brain in our taxes. I held for years things like Obamacare were really getting a lot of money that nobody knew where it went, and this way they out to all of the groups.
Well, you heard what she said. But you got to read it before you see it and stuff.
Oh yeah, Nancy Pelosi. You got to pass the bill so you can see what's in the bill.
Yeah, that was.
Well,
but,
she'll be gone. Mitch will be gone.
well,
She's so awful. Did you see her at the latest interview? She was drunk.
Yeah, she's always drunk. So is Kamala.
Yeah, always, always. It was happy hour wherever Nancy Pelosi goes. It's happy hour for Pickles.
Yeah,
Pickles Pelosi. That's USN's name for her.
The big mistake Donald Trump did, President Trump did, when she ripped out those papers behind his back, he could have arrested her and put her in jail for ripping up the government papers.
Yeah,
that the president wrote.
You know, the problem is, George, they have created bad image of him that anything he does, they immediately scream dictator.
Yeah.
If anybody else were in, they would do what should be done, would be lauded for it, but he gets beaten for it.
It's just unbelievable. I don't think he could, like everybody says, he could cure cancer and still and it still wouldn't be found anything, like
they would blame him for hurting the medical. Yeah, it's I like when I was talking before too. Go on now, and you listen to the Canadian and my Canadians talking about how great the premier is, and he's a new world leader. I'm thinking the guy is a loser.
Yeah, the whole thing is, isn't it funny that the Canadians come down here for medical surgery and all that stuff?
Yep, because it's better service.
Yep.
So don't work.
Well, the whole thing is like in Italy, not Italy, but these other countries that have social medicine and stuff like that. They go if you're like, say, if you're 86 and you need a bypass, you go to the bottom of the list.
Yeah,
because you're not.
Because you're old, and you're probably going to die sooner. So
that's their figure.
Yeah. We've got a lot of straightening out to be done in this government. I still believe, wrong, but I still believe that there are a lot of bad people in deep in the government that we have rooted out. They're constantly passing information along to certain us.
Yeah.
Well, Schiff is the biggest one, Adam Schiff.
Yeah. Anyone in the chat has any questions for Pastor Jack? You want to ask? I'll put it out to him.
I've got to send you a couple videos, George. Maybe sometime.
I saw that video you did. That last one's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just every day when I get hit with a different subject, I just right.
Well, I could, if you want to keep talking, George, I can bring that up right now. I think.
What? Oh,
that's
Oh yeah, cool.
Let me see if I can download it off the text. Just keep talking.
I'm talking.
Or I'm going to keep talking. And you don't want me to keep rambling.
Oh, yeah, but listen, I got them things I'll put up Monday about what they're trying to do. There's the Sons of Liberty.
Yeah,
they're getting organized. There's the Patriots of America. They're getting organized. There's a lot of groups out there that are getting organized, and I think if accountability isn't done soon, I think there's going to be a big march on Washington.
Well, there needs to be, and unfortunately, they'll probably try to turn it into, look, it's just like J6 all over again. And J6 was such a setup by the Democrats.
Yep.
Milley was involved. Pelosi was involved. Mayor Bowser was involved. The DC police were involved, and you're looking at guys whose lives were ruined by the time they spent because of what was done to them.
There was some, Jack, wasn't there some Black Robed regiments that were created in some of the states that were starting to do that? Wasn't there doing that something? Remember that guy we saw in the church that did the whole presentation of the Black Robed Regiment?
Yeah.
Didn't he say that they were starting to create? I'm talking about this is like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, they're I'm on the Black Robed Regiment page on Facebook, but I've been involved probably since 2006. But there's groups that are getting built up because of what's going on in our country, and more pastors are getting bold enough to speak out.
Well, I used to go when I used to go to the Catholic Church on 19. I used to go there and pack, and I used to stand by the door because remember when the crazy people started coming out and shooting up the churches. But then I asked the deacon, I said, "How come you're not preaching anything about what's going on about abortion? Nothing. Nothing." He says, "We can't. We can't." Well, I said, "You know what? You can't see me. You ain't gonna see me. Can't come back into this door. That's why you ain't gonna see me anymore because that was it."
Well, and the irony is nobody has been stronger on pro-life than the Catholic Church. I mean, I'm a Protestant, but the Catholics have shamed us for that. I'd say that they could.
Oh, he's rolling.
No, he's still there.
Oh, you there? Okay.
He's still moving.
I don't hear him.
There was a break in there. I can't download the song because it's a link. I have to have the direct song to be able to put it up.
I can email you a couple of the videos. You may have a boring moment sometime where you want to throw it up, but
no, I'd love to throw them up.
The latest one. I made it here. The latest one. I downloaded and I sent it to her.
Yeah, I listened to it last night. It's really good. That's the one I was trying to bring up, but I can't. I have to bring it up, and then it has to go through Rumble and everything to come on here. I have to have the regular file to be able to do that. I don't have time to screen record it right now. But I don't know. We'd love to play it. We always get different things like that. We mix it up on here with different things with music and everything too, because it's a good thing to have. It makes everybody feel better.
Have you had General Flynn on?
No, he promised so many times. I'm gonna have to threaten him.
Yeah, the last time he was supposed to be on, he canceled right at the last minute because he had to go to Washington.
Yeah, he has been pretty busy in D.C. He's been living there more than back here.
Yeah, well, I've been in contact with him. He texts me every once in a while. I would tell him.
Joe would be.
What?
His brother Joe would be another good choice.
Yeah. Joe's good. Yeah, Joe's good people. Yeah. But like I want to get his future daughter-in-law. What's her name?
Defender of the Republic.
Yeah, Defender of the Republic. I reached out to him and said I'd like to have her on a show. He says he's gonna get back to me on that one. So we're waiting on that one. But she's very good. You know,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to call his son Michael and ask him because I tell him, and he tells me, and he just can't. When he puts up stuff, I said I just can't believe it. And he says I don't understand. He just doesn't understand. And they're afraid of him. Yeah, I mean I know for a fact he's advising Tulsi, big time, and Pete, both of them.
Yep. I
know he's doing that. That's a fact. I mean, we were with him the day when he was on the phone with Trump about the bombing of Iran.
Yeah.
That he was getting advice from General Flynn about exactly how to approach it, and that was done.
I appreciate that he is willing to help somebody.
What'd you say? You broke up.
I appreciate that he's with President Trump, that he has to.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is that there's some people that are stopping him from being where he's supposed to go. I don't think. I mean, he goes to he's at Mar-a-Lago at all these other events that are there when he's there, Trump and everything else. But it's just that he's being. I know he's giving him information, but it's just that he's being. Again, I think he's got two poisonous people that ain't guiding him the right way.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's just that, it's just because you've been with somebody a long time. I mean, I know a guy for 56 years I was friends with, and then you tell me the wrong information. That's it. I'm gone with you. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, based on you.
Yep. So, my rule. So that's about it. Virginia Biden took the first place.
Yeah.
Well, we're just like we said, we have to keep on praying for this country because we got to get this accountability done. I mean, there's 78 million people voted for him, and he can't there's a lot of talk with MAGA and a lot of people are upset with BB and it's just the shit that comes out.
Mhm.
And we got to concentrate on getting these people behind bars. I mean, some people say that they're in Getmore already. There's clones out there. I know Biden was a clone. I know Biden wasn't Biden.
It came out, it came out in the files that Biden was executed in Gitmo in 2019, and that this is a dummy or something, or they said a mask in the files. I mean, so I mean, why would they put that in the Epstein files unless it was true? I mean, they didn't redact it.
Has to be a mask because Biden was a dummy before then.
Yeah, you know what we used to call them? Pudding pants.
Yeah.
You know, they
And why?
had a thing on Hillary last night talking about her with Epstein, and Greg Gutfeld made a joke. He said the last time she saw Epstein, he was at the end of his rope.
Yeah, that is good, yeah.
That's
Did
the
you
part
hear
I
what-
missed last
did you
night.
hear
I
what-
missed that
Did you
one.
hear what Tyra said?
Yeah.
You had Hillary on
Yeah.
about her consuming about the children. He came out and said that.
Yeah.
And it didn't say it wasn't stopped or bleeped or nothing. So I don't know if it went over people's heads or what, but
Yeah, I was surprised that Fox didn't cut that out because that's recorded ahead of time too.
I'm
They
surprised
so they had
nobody's
every opportunity to take it out.
well, we got to make sure he doesn't commit suicide now after that one.
Yeah. Well, both got felt tires.
I don't think anybody would believe it's committed suicide.
Mm-mm.
But that was another thing. The other one that they came out with, these assholes, these the people on the left turn around and says that the assassination on Trump
Planned.
was planned.
Would you let anybody shoot at your ear? No.
Especially that kid. I mean, they got rid of the body already. They disintegrated the body, cleaned the whole area with bleach and everything else.
The FBI was hosing down the roof before the kid's body was cold.
Yep.
If you look back to, I always go back to the old identity movies. There was things done by our CIA back in the 30s where they actually messed people up so bad that they could get them to do anything they said. And when you see all of you look at the person that does it, they always have a crazed look in their eyes.
Yeah. Well, that MK Ultra, they got that thing that the CIA did with the brain things and stuff.
Yep.
I don't think these kids weren't nurtured from the beginning when they're kids. You know, the whole thing is. I mean, the kid was in a BlackRock commercial. And then he's on the BlackRock roof.
And they just happened to be in his classroom recording the day that he was there. You know, it's like
Well, they look for kids that are mentally ill that are on medication and everything too. So you get somebody that's possibly trying to transition or somebody that has severe depression or learning disabilities, and they can find them that way. And then they work on them. And it's just like the GATE program that was done in the 70s. That's where they got a lot of the kids from. They would take them out of the classroom and put the headphones on them, give them the tones and everything to listen to. And they tried to get them, I guess, from my understanding, it was to disassociate yourself while you were so that you could do mind control with them. And they did it through doing like psychic tests and the tone stuff, but they also gave them a pink liquid to drink. And a lot of people think that whatever was in that liquid was something that psychologically affected them to make them more malleable. And that GATE program, I think it ended in the 90s, but it ran like from the very late 60s through the 90s in the school programs. And I know they picked out kids that had certain characteristics. So if you were a little bit smarter or you were more emotionally intelligent and everything, those are the kids they picked out to be able to work with. And there's people now that survived the Gates program that are coming out and talking about it, because the way they did it, you don't remember a lot of it until you would hear like a replica of that tone or something would trigger you, and then you would start bringing all those memories back. But the government, it can be very insidious when they want to do something like that.
Hey, Jack, you're going to be out of town in 2 weeks, right? So we got to hit you when
yeah, I'm
coming back.
Living to the 14th. The wife and I are going on a cruise.
Okay, cool. All right, well, enjoy
Very
yourself.
nice.
Yeah, and where you going, out of Tampa or you going out of Fort Lauderdale?
Going out of Miami.
Oh, cool. Those are the big ships. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy.
Southern Caribbean.
Make sure they have bacon on the cruise, because I took care of that one.
They have
Oh yeah.
There will be.
There were Muslims on the ship. They wouldn't have bacon on the buffet at the breakfast.
Oh,
I
man.
went nuts. I told the guy, I said, "Where's the bacon?" He says, "Oh, you got to request it." Request what? I went up to the captain. I said, "You got 4,000 people on the ship. You want to riot or what? Oh, just because you got 12 people on there? Are you out of your effing mind? Are you serious?"
Yeah,
And then the next day, the bacon was there. But let me tell you something. I went up at lunchtime, and I got a piece of pork. I touched every piece of food that was there, so they consumed it, whatever it was. So they ain't gonna see the 72 virgins.
I always said they ought to fly over the nation, break bacon. No.
Well, we're gonna have a burning, so I'll let you know. What it called? What do you call it?
The Quran.
Yep, with bacon, and we got some pigs running around them too.
I don't know if you remember back several years, they had the Islamic guys come to that studio that the high school has by Springstead
Oh yeah,
about how good Islam was, and the guy got up saying, Jesus never said he was God. And when they did the Q&A, they handed me the mic. I ate them up. I had out all kinds of verses. I said, "This is what Scripture says. Now you tell me what you're talking about." And he just shut up. The cops came over, took the mic from me, and walked me out of the building.
they killed the unbelievers. We don't kill the unbelievers. We welcome them in.
We pray.
Please. I read that book. Let me tell you, it's amazing how much. If you believe that book, you want Christians killed. You want Jews killed.
If you know anything about Muhammad, this is a guy that when he started out, he wrote it one time, and the Jews and other people made fun of him. And when they made fun of him, he went back and rewrote it and made it violent. So it's like he was a guy that
he went to the tribes. Yeah, he went to the other Muslim tribes. The other tribes, so that to convince them that he was right and stuff like that.
Yeah,
he was the biggest. He was the biggest pedophile and raped kids and people and killed.
And
that's why the Crusades came out.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Well, thanks again. I appreciate. And let us know when you come back.
And again,
enjoy your cruise.
Sorry for all the trouble.
Oh, you're good. All right, we'll see you. We'll see you. What, 4 weeks then?
Okay, good.
Yeah,
okay, have fun.
The week after he gets back. We'll do the weekend.
Okay.
The week when he gets.
Okay.
Week after you get back to me, Jack.
Okay, I will.
And don't listen to Hard. Listen to me.
George, stop.
The Godfather's always in control. All right, Pastor Jack. Say hello to the wife and everybody, okay?
So well. God bless.
All right, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. That was good. Too bad his mic was breaking up. He's very knowledgeable about that, the Black Robed Regiment. And he's we had some fun with some of the people that decide to appear to, especially the schools that want to do these trips to the mosque to show the kids about how nice the mosque are, all dressed up nice and everything.
I loved his outfit today. I like that he wore that for us today.
That's not a Confederate outfit. That was the outfit.
I didn't say it was Confederate. I just said he was going to have a. He was going to have a.
That's a colonial.
Say it 3 times, George. Colonial.
I can say that 3 times. You want me to say that? Anyway, but anyway, that was the actually military outfit that they wore during the Revolution with President George Washington.
I thought it was cool. So we were talking about the GATE program a little bit. That's going to be the wormhole next Wednesday is the GATE program. A lot of people want to know about it. So I know quite a bit about that. So that'll be my wormhole next Wednesday. And then tomorrow we got Frisky Friday. So it'll be the 4 of us.
Yep. Well, it will be frisky. Yeah. How frisky you want me to be?
No fingers. Don't give me the finger, bro.
No. You start that shit.
No, I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, but the other thing is,
I can't understand a word he's saying. It's not just the accent. It's a little bit tough for me to hear.
I had to squeeze that one in there for that. I know I'm going to pay for it later. You're going to yell, aren't you? But what else we got going on besides that? Oh, everybody wants to know how to support the show. So I put my phone number in the chat so you can text me and I'll give you the address because a lot of people don't want to use a credit card. They can mail a check. and then we can just deposit it for the show.
Yeah.
And that's safer for anybody that wants to do that, and we'd appreciate it too. So I'll do that tomorrow. I'll run the banner underneath with the address and everything, unless you want to get a hold of me direct. But no heavy breathers.
We're still setting up the Rumble stuff and everything. So.
Yeah, I got it. By Monday. It'll be going out directly through Rumble. But they're asking about locals because we're not going to do the locals, and locals has the subscription with the money on it. It's locked in. Locals is locked in through this, so I can't change locals. So we'll have to leave it the way it is. But I'll run that on a banner tomorrow for everybody.
See, I was doing something like locals on Facebook Live, but we can't do it. No, there's no other way that we could. Well, I could do. You know what we could do is, if anything, if you could give me 15 minutes before the show, say what's going to be brought up on the show, like Ed used to do and stuff like that, I could do that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to detach Ed's locals from this.
If you give me, while you were getting prepared for the show and stuff like that, say like today, say, get me on at 8:15. Give me a separate stream at the thing for Wake Up Patriots. The thing.
Oh yeah, I can do that. I can set up a separate stream for Wake Up Patriots. Do a first 15 minutes, George, whatever, and then Wake Up Patriots starts at 8:30. Yeah, I can do that.
Can talk about what's going on and stuff like that. What information I hear. If you want to do
that,
because
it'll get emailed out to everybody.
Does everybody like that?
Yeah, but what they need to do though, you have to go on Rumble and follow us on Rumble, or you won't get the notifications at all. So go under there, and I don't know if it says subscribe or join, whatever that button says, hit it though, and then you'll get all the notifications for everything. Because when I go through Rumble, it takes 30 seconds. We got a 30-second delay, and if I go right through StreamYard, it's only a 5-second delay. So it's really important to have the
we got a
notification. That's what I'm trying to say.
Monday we have a lot of stuff to bring up about what's going on about the other countries that are being taken over, and if we don't watch, it's going to be happening here because there's 3,500 mosques in the United States so far, and there's more being built, and that's their plan. And we got to stop them.
People are asking if they can do Zelle too. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, Zelle could be done. Yeah,
because it goes right for TG Balls. So
yeah,
we have that set up already. So we're working on different things and everything, but trying to get something we get on them.
Because it costs us money to run this thing.
Yeah. See, now Monty said she just clicked join and it goes to local. See, that's the problem. My God, I can't disassociate the two right now. I'm trying to figure it out, and I don't think there's any way. From what I was told by Rumble, you can't. It has to stay that way. So the only other thing I'm thinking of is making you up a separate locals. And I'm getting all choked up about it.
Well, see, whatever you can do, we can do it that way. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll work on something, but that's what we'll do is I'll run the address on the bottom in the payee tomorrow.
They could do Zelle that goes right to the TG Bulls account.
And
the other one.
So if you have that, you can do that, and then that way I can confirm it to you too.
You could also put up. No, you got to do PayPal. We could do Venmo. We could do also Venmo too. I got a Venmo number which I could transfer the stuff over. So.
Yeah, we got PayPal. If somebody wants PayPal, I can give you the address for PayPal too. So.
Yeah, we appreciate that. So, well, okay. Well, thank you.
I would have to set up a whole new thing, and yeah, that's the problem. Like if I set up a whole new thing.
Working on it.
Yeah.
All right, we got to sign out. What do you call? And Red's gonna raid.
Oh yeah, we go to raid Mike Schwartz. We got First Key Friday tomorrow, and let's see, what are we gonna
Hope everybody enjoyed the show. Don't forget the thumbs up.
Please.
Appreciate that. And that's it. So, and share this with your friends to watch it. Yes, there I am again.
We're caught in a trap.
Yeah, caught in a trap. You're always caught in a trap.
I can't
With all that abuse.
because I love you too much, baby.
Okay, we're getting ready to race.
Why can't you see
Love you guys.
We got
Thank you.
4,
what you're doing to me
2, 1.
when you don't believe a word I say?
We're gone.